girl looks up and says, "Well, they will when I'm done." The most powerful thing in the world is your disposition. Your disposition, the way you view the world. So a pessimist sees obstacles, where an optimist sees opportunity. The school teacher and the little girl looked at the same thing and saw it very differently. The school teacher saw reasons not to do it. This is what happens sometimes when we get older. We do this. But the little girl was like this. The little girl saw opportunity. Life is good is about being like this. It's about maintaining that childlike openness and optimism. This, thank God, is not me. Can you guys catch a frisbee? Okay, just to make sure someone doesn't get hit in the head, the easiest way to catch a frisbee is like that. Okay, we're going to see if this industry can catch a frisbee. Somebody! I am out of here. Luckily, we have more frisbees. You can redeem yourself. The world of operations can redeem itself. Will we catch some frisbees? Yes. This is my brother Johnny. I don't know, he's probably like 8 years old or something. And these days our company has a kids foundation. And the kids foundation focuses on children with life-threatening challenges. And people often say to my brother and I, "Did you guys overcome some adversity? Why are you helping kids?" And I always wish that I had this picture of my brother because I would just say, "Look, if you're up looking like that, you know what it is to overcome adversity." Life is Good is very much about humility. Our business is not about us. Our message is not about us. It's about the receiver of the information. We kind of call that Life is Good, the no big shots rule. Nobody's a big shot. And, you know, my brother and I are really aware that we're not the smartest or the strongest or the fastest. After we hired like 2 or 3 people, we became not the fastest or strongest. People can do a lot of things better than us. And our brand is about empowering. It's about the power of optimism. Now, being optimistic is really powerful, but it's also really fun. You know, we have a theory that whatever you focus on will grow. If you want to focus on what's wrong with the world, you're enabling that to grow. You focus on what's right and celebrate what's right. It puts a little bounce in your step, and you're more capable of solving problems. This is a picture of my brother and I in our bunk beds. I'm on the top and Johnny's on the bottom. We grew up in Boston, and 6 kids. My dad worked in a machine shop his whole life, World War II guy, Korean War guy, and my mom raised the kids. And it's interesting because my older sisters, there's probably bookcases at my parents' house filled with pictures of my sisters. This is one of 3 photos of my mother. And you know what? It's just, my parents just burnt out. It's not like they didn't love us. They didn't have enough money, they were tired, they were done. They had too many kids, you know? And I always look at the photo and I say, you know, I can forgive them for not having enough photos, but how about some goddamn sheets? I gave the talk and I said something about the sheets and my mom was there. And my mom's like, you know, she knows our business is growing, but she doesn't leave the neighborhood, you know? And so she said, you know, you embarrassed me with the sheets thing. I go, you deserved it. What do we got? Operations, you are 0 for 2. I'll be honest with you, I knew you wouldn't be able to catch. And sales and marketing, they can catch. My mom is a total half-full person. I think she's a, you know, maybe sort of greatest greatest inspiration for Life is Good. The kitchen at our house was like about as big as this table. Now most women would complain constantly about the kitchen. My mom said, you know, I love it because you can reach everything when you're standing here. Ridiculous. Which is running out of money. She said, I love running out of money. Because that way I don't have to think about what I need to buy. Our family was as dysfunctional as any typical New England family. But one thing we did was have dinner at 6 o'clock. My mom and dad said, get your ass in the seat at 6 o'clock. And the first thing my mom would say, every night, tell me something good that happened today. And it just is a very simple thing. But those things are taught at the dinner table. I won't bore you with the details of elementary school and high school and everything else. When my brother and I graduated from college, we started designing t-shirts. This is a picture in probably 1990. We started in 1989 hawking t-shirts in the street, and that's in South Boston, and it's a St. Patrick's Day parade. So most days we would just sell t-shirts to commuter traffic. We had a spot in Harvard Square, we had a spot in Faneuil Hall, and you know, we'd sell till 4 o'clock and the cops would chase us out of there, and we'd do it the next day. 1 year in, we decided that we bought an old used van, and we called the van the Enterprise. And we told each other we were going to boldly go where no t-shirt guy's gone before. We packed it in, that's the actual van, the Enterprise. And we packed it in and we started these road trips. To us, the road trip is sacred. You know, we don't exactly know where we're going with business. Nobody's really got everything figured out, you know. But when you get on the road, you know, if you're open like that little girl, good things can happen. We've always loved the road trip. And so we started traveling in that van, and we traveled for 6 weeks at a time. And we sold door-to-door in college dormitories. And we'd go up and down the East Coast, and we slept in the van every night. And while we traveled, we had lots of great conversations. And we had one conversation in 1994 that changed our lives forever. And the conversation was about how the media inundates our culture with negative information. Why? The media always tells you what's wrong. Very rarely tells you what's right. If I were to ask everybody in here, what is the state of health in America? Most people, because the media is constantly reinforcing it, would say, well, we've got an obesity problem, too much digital stimulus, so it's probably giving us cancer, etc., etc. And you know what? There's some truth to these things. But let's pull back and look at the big picture. The big picture is that in colonial America, the average longevity of an American life was under 30 years. Okay? In the year 1900, it was 47 years. In the year 1950, it was 62 years. And today, the average lifespan of an American is 78 years. That's dramatic, and that's the real picture. We're actually improving. Okay? I mean, that's just health. You know, a few thousand years ago, everyone in the world